JLO pulls the trigger on divorce, but here's the real shocker. There was no prenup? Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. Late breaking news in our live. We are taping this as we wrap up our live. I'm here with Kim. Kim called it, just found it, just coming in. This is breaking news. We've been keeping you up to date on the JLO Jernnifer information. I don't think anyone's surprised by this, that the divorce is happening. But here's the interesting stuff. There's no settlement. There's no prenup. And JLO filed this herself without an attorney. She filed for divorce from Ben Affleck, TMZ's learned, and there's major twists, including the symbolism of when. She filed the legal docs on Tuesday in LA, but they were not filed by a lawyer. She filed pro per, meaning by herself without an attorney. This was personal is what this means, Kim.
Yeah.
She lists the date of separation. This is also very telling as April 26th. Now, I got a lot to say about this. I'm going to report more about this later, but I'll tease it. April 26th would be after the Diddy shakedown, would it not, Kim? Would it not?
I would have to double check the date.
Interesting, but we will check and report more for you tomorrow as we get all the other information. But couple got married in Vegas on July 16th. However, August 20th is very significant in Jernnifer lore. This is the second anniversary of the huge, more traditional wedding ceremony that they held in Georgia. So it hardly seems like a coincidence that Jen filed today. Of course, JLo's all about the symbolism. We learned that from her documentary. So here's the real shocker, though. JLo does not say in her docs whether there's a prenup, and sources with knowledge tell TMZ there is indeed no prenuptial agreement. What? That would mean whatever earnings or profit that Ben and Jen made during the nearly 2 years of marriage together is now community property. Now, they made some movies. Ben started a whole production company and used JLo. This could be a massive headache. For instance, since they tied the knot, Ben starred in Air, Hypnotic, again, all his artist equity show production company. He produced The Instigators. He also was involved in JLo's documentaries and her Amazon deal. He also just wrapped The Accountant 2. As for JLo, she had Shotgun Wedding, The Mother, This Is Me Now, and The Greatest Love Story Never Told, as well as Atlas, the supposed hit on Netflix. What's shocking, this is JLo's fourth marriage and Ben's second, and you would think a prenup would be more than obvious. Apparently, they thought it was a forever marriage, but it didn't work out that way. It's interesting because, look, prenups are not very romantic, Kim. Obviously, that's not something you want to talk about with your partner of, well, we got to talk about what if this doesn't work. It's always better. But when it's your second marriage, it's sort of an easy conversation starter to be like, look, I love you, but it's not even me. It's my team. They're going to insist on this. There's so many ways a celebrity can blame it on the reps, the lawyers, the managers, the family, whatever they want to do to say, look, I don't have an issue, but let's just make this clean. We come in with our assets. We leave with our same assets. Sound good? And both should be like, sure. Which makes me think she wasn't cool with that, right? She didn't want to, one of them, he wasn't, she wasn't. Somebody wasn't cool with going in with that. So that's incredibly telling. According to docs, Jernnifer waived spousal support and is asking the judge to deny Ben support as well. So I can't imagine Ben's going to come in and say, I need you to pay my money. That if she's already denying it, then chances are he's going to do it too. Although she is way more wealthier than him. So does he want to play hardball? It depends if she's asking for anything else. And could his lawyers use that as a negotiating tactic? Who knows? There's no children, so no custody issues. Now for the final big twist, you would think everything's been hashed out money-wise before she filed, but sources say no, that is not the case. Their marital home in Beverly Hills is up for sale. Ben bought his own house. She's currently looking for a new house. As we reported, they've been trying to hash out a settlement for months. So I guess this explains what they were doing on those meetups when they were doing things.
Yeah.
Sources say those talks are continuing, but they've become increasingly acrimonious. How do you say that?
That's a new word.
Acrimonious, to the point at times they're not even speaking to each other. Well, finally, we're getting the truth, because that, I believe, that's what we've been seeing for a while, that they're not even speaking. So why then did JLo decide to file when they're still battling over money? Well, even though it doesn't matter legally who files first in a no-fault state, sometimes PR concerns are involved when it comes to who files first. So, yeah, look, this is interesting. This is interesting. Now, I would get Christopher Melcher in here, but I this is me suspecting. I think he's avoided this topic because he's hoping one of them's going to call him, and I hope they do. So sometimes I can just tell he's like, I don't want to talk about this because, to be fair, he's got a business to put on first, Kim, right? So I'd love to get his opinion, but I think I'll get denied just like, and who knows, his phone's available. I hope they do call him because if he does, we can't talk about it. I'll never know. But the point being, now we're stuck with sort of what we do know, and based on sort of things he's told us in the past, I would suspect any expert would say this is obviously not ideal. This is not the way it should go. And this is definitely a shocker in that she's like out there PR-wise saying, done. This to me is a PR move where she's trying to vilify him and make it look like she's the boss and, yada, yada, yada. Would you disagree, Kim?
I don't know. I feel like there's been so much press about this relationship. I've heard so many conflicting things at this point. I don't necessarily believe everything that I read about it, but if she has filed and there is no prenup and all that type of stuff, it definitely is concerning. I will also say, further to your point earlier, Andy, the raids on Diddy's homes were on March 25th. So yes, the date of separation would have been after the raids. So I'm sure the rumors are going to fly regarding that as well.
Yeah. I mean, I look, we reported on that previously. If you guys didn't watch it, I'll put it at the end of this video so you can go watch it because there's a theory that was part of the reasons. And this, look, we'll have some more to report on this probably on this and more later. So make sure you stay tuned. But yeah, look, no one's surprised the divorce happening. I think we were all waiting for this, and it seemed like they were going to wait until this movie that's premiering soon. There's a movie they're about to promote. So to me, there was a choice from JLO's camp that was they're like, I don't want to pretend this anymore. I'm done pretending. It's time. Yes, I did it. I don't want to talk about the divorce. That's what she's going to say. We're not talking about the divorce, but we're here to talk about the movie. Whatever those sort of talking points, that's clearly going to be what she decides to do. But now it's a game of PR. We're now in the motion of this isn't going to be an amicable joint statement. We're done. Everything's nice, which is what I think a lot of people assumed was going to happen, was that they'd have the similar conscious uncoupling, supportive of our families, etc. It's interesting. She just decided to do this on her own quickly, asking for things, and he hasn't responded. Maybe he'll quickly respond and it'll be sorted and it's done. But it doesn't feel that way based on what we're reading here from the TMZ reports. And if I can give TMZ anything good, they're pretty on top of the legal and celebrity deaths and celebrity divorces. TMZ has it pretty well up to date on what is sort of usually the skinny. So we shall see. That's the latest. This will clearly going to get, well, it has two choices, right? It's going to get uglier. Clearly, it could definitely get uglier. Or maybe it is a nothing burger and Ben Affleck, who I imagine is just dying for this to be over, will just be like, sure, done, boom, let's move on. They do have kids that they are, or who are friends and seem to be close, so the family is involved. You'd think this wouldn't get ugly for that reason alone, but I've been surprised before. What do you guys think? Tell us in the comments below what you think's going to happen. We are still live, so if you're watching live, don't go anywhere, but I'm just clipping this for the people watching. Hit that subscribe, like I said, whether you're watching live or on the replay, hit the bell so you get alerts to breaking news like this. Smash that like button as well, and tell us what you think in the comments. Always appreciate watching, and make sure to support and subscribe to It's Kim as well.